Hi YouTube world, it's Rudy here with your yard service, and today I have the pleasure to have a head-to-head race of the Earthway 2130 high output spreader and the Shindaiwa RS 60 spreader. So this is the Earthway 2130 high output spreader. And this one is the Shindaiwa RS 60. I use them both for, or I have used both for the icemelt application in the winter. As you can see, we have snow. So I have both with the spreader guard. This one here and this one here. Alright, so this is the Earthway 2130 high output, and first I'm going to talk about the guard right here around, or the skirt as we call it. And so let me show you this guy here. This guy has basically three independent flaps, one on each side, left and right, and one in the front right here, and they do fold up. So if you have wide areas like driveways or other open areas to spread, you are not restricted to just spraying basically the width of the skirt, but you can basically have a really nice spread pattern, so it can increase your speed and your efficiency on the lot. So what I did, because those flaps tend to go down as you hit a bump, so they basically just go down again. So what I did, I basically modified this with a little pin here, so that stays up, and I can still basically go all the way to the side and open it up if need to be. And for the front, this seemed to be more stable even for when you hit bumps, so I didn't put the pin, the holding arm right there. So this guy. So this is basically the biggest difference for that skirt. Now for the Shindaiwa RS 60, as you can see, it also has the skirt around, but it's all one piece. And I don't really know why they don't think about making it adjustable, because sometimes you want to open it up and basically have a way wider spread pattern than just limited to the width of your skirt. So this is kind of like the drawback of the Shindaiwas compared to the Earthway. So the skirt is all one piece, and I'm thinking about modifying it, but I haven't come up to a solution, as I just got this unit here. Both spreaders come with an optional blanket here, which you can put on top. You want to order that because it prevents your ice melt from getting wet. Let's say you have rain or freezing rain. You just want to protect your product from getting more wet than need to be, because otherwise it will start to clump. So both come with an optional blanket there to cover that up, so that's good. So the Earthway 2130 high output, now we go inside the hopper here. I won't go into the specs, how much it will hold and all that stuff here. As you can see, this is the biggest difference here from the Earthway to any other serious spreader on the market. It's all plastic. It's all plastic. And as you can see, this pin down here, this little thing here, can travel up, as it's kind of like loose. It's not really hold down in position, and as it travels up, because it's all plastic, it will basically start to eat up this other plastic plate down here, and then basically open up a gap where the product falls through, and basically makes a whole mess on the ground even when you don't want to apply it. So this is all plastic, and I don't know why this is. I guess it's cheap. But if you're a serious applicator and use this more than for residential, this may not be the unit you are wanting to buy. So I pulled the pin up here, the blue pin, and as you can see, it wobbles around. And then you have this gap here. This is basically the opening where this pin should be sitting in, preventing product from falling through onto the spin head. But like, as this is all plastic, this pin basically ate away on this side here, and then it basically travels out as it spins around. It keeps coming up, and then you have product falling down through, and because you have filled it up, you won't see it, and you have a hard time basically digging down to the pin and pushing it down while there's product in the hopper. So that's that for the pin, and basically making this unit a fail. Now here we have the Shindaiwa RS 60, and as you can see, we have a little insert here, and this is held down by two sliders here. They basically go up like this, and basically you can pull this out if you have to maintain your pin down, your agitator down there, right? So this insert is basically here to prevent any clumped material to create any disturbance or flow issues down there where the material is dropping onto the spin plate. So let me go to the pin, the agitator down there. As you can see, we still have a plastic insert here, but it's hold down with a metal plate on top and basically pinned down. This option seems to be a little bit better, although the whole, it's not really a metal plate down here as I've seen on some other models. So I guess the future will tell if this is a good solution here. So the Earthway has a mechanism that's operated basically all accessible. This little metal arm and this really convenient operation here, and it's basically the opening of the material flow is basically regulated by this pin here. You can open this up and basically slide it up and down, and this will basically regulate your opening for the product, and depending how far you pull it down, this is basically wide open, and if you pull this more up this way, this will only open this far. So I like this a little bit better, and let me show you how this mechanism will work on the Shindaiwa. So the Shindaiwa RS 60 has a mechanism that's kind of like a little bit awkward and probably not as user friendly as the Earthway, because what you need to do in order to open the flow gate is basically you push this thing here, push this over, and this basically opens up the flow gate in the hopper, and to close it off you have to push this thing down here, and that closes it. So I don't know if this is kind of like causing too much trouble, because it seems to be a little bit a harsh opening, and I guess operated by a spring. I don't know if that's going to wear out, or if this is causing some form of issue with the flow gate as it basically jumps back and maybe causing some damage there. So the Shindaiwa spreader has the opening regulation on this wheel down here, and you basically have to turn this, and this will determine how wide the flow gate will open. I don't really like this. This is kind of like cumbersome to operate, especially in the winter. Let's say you would have to take off your gloves when it's really cold. This is not really a smart solution, and compared to the Earthway. So this here is probably the biggest flaw I don't like about this, but maybe you have to stick with one setting and don't have to touch it as often as you might think. So this may not be an issue for you at all if you mostly have just one setting and that's it. But this may be an issue, especially in the cold, if you have to regulate this setting quite a bit. So there you have it, guys. This was the comparison between the Earthway 2130 high output spreader and the Shindaiwa RS60. I hope that helped a little bit, and talk to you next time.